Christy with Life in Specs. Thanks for being here with me today. I did a video about how to style some outfits when you need to wear a walking boot, a humongous cam boot. I recently graduated from my cam boot. I'm now in a small lace-up ankle brace. I am starting PT hopefully this week, and I'm not particularly excited about that. What I am excited about is that I have been able to be a lot more mobile, do a lot more of the things that I like to do. I've been able to do a couple of different yoga routines that I hadn't been able to do before. There's still a couple of surprising poses that I'm unable to do. I cannot do triangle pose because I can't get my ankle it doesn't go much farther than 90 degrees. My foot, I cannot show you this, but basically this is my foot, this is my ankle. My foot does not really bend this way much yet. So I can't do poses where my ankle has to bend beyond 90 degrees. So that makes it a little bit challenging to do some of those yoga poses, but I tried, and I believe that all of the stretchy, painy feelings are probably good stretchy, painy feelings of growth and development. So I'm happy about that. I will be very excited to get closer and closer to being back to full mobility. That having been said, I'd like to share with you 5 ideas if you'd like to dress around one of these ankle supportive boots and feel like you're kind of stylish. These are the things that worked best for me. The very first one was to wear a dark color on the bottom. It seemed to me, I don't know why, but to kind of just blend in with the boot. The boot is huge, it goes up to my knee. I'm kind of on the small side when it comes to, the size of person, and those boots are made for every size of person. So on me, it felt even bigger than it would probably have felt on a 6 foot tall built man. However, I was really thankful, of course, because I was able to actually move around and my ankle didn't hurt me all the time and I didn't damage it further. So all of those are good things. I'm not denigrating the boot in any way. However, I did kind of want to make it blend in somehow, and by wearing a dark color on the bottom, specifically black, seemed to work best because the boot is black. It just kind of, the eye just sort of glided along and didn't stop and stop and stop because I had one color on the top, one color on the bottom, and then this huge black boot. A black hole of a boot on the bottom. It seemed to work out great for me. Another tip is that if you're wearing one of these cam boots, skinny jeans are going to be hard to wear, as are slim fitting pants, unless you put them inside the boot. And that's kind of weird because the boot, it after a while doesn't become the cleanest of places. You do wear a sock over your foot, and I wore for a while also a compression tube over my sock, but it still gets stinky in there. I don't have stinky feet. I've never been a person with stinky feet. I don't even wear great shoes and my feet don't really stink. But in this boot, my one foot, really did stink. I was disturbed by that. I got some essential oil scented foot powder, and every morning I would put that on after lotion, I would put that on my foot, and I would sprinkle it inside the boot as well. So it smelled a little more fragrant. You can wash the inner lining of the boot in the washer on low and don't tumble it too much. However, what are you doing with your foot while that is washing and drying, and how are you supposed to do that? So what I did was wrap a towel nice and tightly around my foot and my ankle, and then put that back in the brace part of the cam boot, and then lace it shut so that the towel was acting as the insert in there. And as long as it was just for a short period of time, that seemed to work okay. So if you're in your cam boot for a long time, you might want to consider that. Or maybe you have 2 cam boots. I think they're like 75 bucks on Amazon, if I saw correctly. I decided not to buy an extra one because what am I going to do with it when I don't need it anymore? And I didn't want to invest a bunch of money. I mean, $75 is still a lot of money for something that I'm not going to use, hopefully, ever again. So, think about the stink factor. I did not want to put my pants inside the boot. That just seemed weird to me. Although I did it one day when it was a chilly day, I wore leggings and I just treated it like it was tights, and I put that legging pant, and then I put my sock on, and then I put the legging pant down over the sock, and then I just wrapped the boot around it. So if you're in a cold environment when you injure yourself, leggings are a great option. Skinny jeans might work too. I just find them a little bit too constricting. Leggings are a little more mobile with all their nice stretch. Skinny jeans can be a little more constricting because of the denim. And you want blood flow to be able to get to your injured parts. You don't want it to be too tight so that the blood doesn't flow back and forth very well. So keep that in mind. I don't particularly love wearing jeans. I like wearing more soft fabrics. I like skirts. I like leggings. I like stretchy dress pants that have, you know, a lot of stretch in them. I like soft, stretchy things. So jeans aren't my favorite. I do have a few pairs that I like. They're super stretchy. But they're not my go-to. I'm not that kind of a girl. I'm kind of a little more feminine than that, usually. I do have jeans. You'll see me wearing jeans. They're just not my absolute favorite. Okay, so that was, I think, 2 tips already. I should say, when we're talking about things to wear on the bottom, that the things that work best for me are skirts. I wear mostly A-line skirts that stop right above the knee because those are most comfortable for me and they hit at a really good place on my leg. I would like to explore this summer some maxi skirts also because they can be very cool and floaty, and I think that would be nice. I think those would work really well with the cam boot. Although I don't know if long flowy skirts are a great idea when you're dealing with a mobility problem, because I found myself slightly off balance, especially the first few weeks of dealing with the boot, and the injury itself left me feeling off balance. And so I don't think a lot of flowy fabric is probably your best bet. I would stick with a knee-length skirt, probably at the max. It also is nice to leave a bit of flesh in between the end of your skirt and where the boot starts, because it makes it feel a little more airy, I guess. Tip number 3 is that you want to have a shoe on the non-booted foot that is about 1.5 inches in height of the platform or the heel. I don't wear leather, so it was really hard for me to find shoes that were going to do the trick. My podiatrist recommended Dansko. I don't like Dansko for a couple of reasons. Number 1, because of the leather issue. I don't wear leather, so I couldn't find a single shoe of theirs that wasn't made out of leather. And the reason is, one day, probably about a year after I started eating plant-based, I looked at a purse that I had that was made out of leather, and I thought, that is someone's skin. And I thought of the mass murderers who made lampshades and stuff out of people's skin, and I thought, I realize it's an animal, it's different from a person, but it's someone's skin. I wouldn't want a purse made out of cat skin. Why would I want a purse made out of cow skin? They're also playful and joyous, and they didn't want to give their skin for my purse or my shoes. It just started seeming really gross to me. I know that's not how everyone thinks, but I thought I'd give you a little background into my brain because it's a unique one. So I don't use leather anymore, and it's hard to find high quality support shoes that are not made out of leather. Eventually I settled on sneakers because there are lots of sneakers available that are made out of fabric, and I found a couple of pairs that worked well for me during this time period. But I'm not really a sneakers girl. I like ballet flats. I like cute little feminine shoes, and I've made it work with sneakers, but it hasn't been my favorite part of the experience. Once again, you're gonna want about 1.5 inches. So whatever you can find. I prefer to platform just because having injured my ankle, the last thing I need is to injure the other ankle because I fell off a heel of a clog or something like that. That would be bad. I forgot to say in the bottoms part of this video that wider legged pants would work really great too over the boot, but we're not talking about super wide palazzo pants because those would have a lot of flowy fabric as well and potentially be very difficult to maneuver around when you're slightly off balance in that humongous boot. So be careful, but a pant that is maybe a little more flowy that also isn't humongously bell-bottomed might be a good sort of middle ground. Tip number 4 is to have an eye-catching top. I wear mostly a similar skirt on the bottom most days, just in a variety of different colors, and tops are one of my favorite things to shop for, to buy, to pick out in the morning. I usually have a thought in my mind when I get out of the shower or when I go into my closet in the morning, I want to wear this top, and then I kind of build my outfit around that because tops are so easy. It's really fun and easy to get colorful tops, to get patterns, to get different tops that express your personality. And so wear color, wear pattern, wear sparkle, wear texture, something on the top that is going to draw the eye upward so people aren't just looking at your foot feeling sad for you because you look like such a lame, hobbled person. I was told a bunch of times that I was rocking that boot, and I think it's because I tried to make my outfit interesting enough to sort of detract from the boot. You can't hide it, of course, and I wasn't embarrassed about the boot at all because it's a support that I needed, and I'm not really embarrassed that I hurt myself exactly. I'm not super thrilled because I do feel a little clumsy and I wish I hadn't done it, but everybody hurts themselves. I was doing an honorable thing when I was injured. I was exercising, and so it's, I'm a warrior and I was injured in the line of duty, and so I'm not sad about that. I want people to notice me because I'm an interesting, alluring sort of person, because I have a sparkling personality, or because I'm interesting because I have things to talk about. I don't want them just to be paying attention to me because I have an injury. That felt a little weird to me. So I'm happy when people say something about my outfit, that it looks good in spite of the boot or with the boot, or I'm gonna make everyone want a boot. Those things are good things for me. My last tip is add interesting details. Add jewelry that is interesting. It doesn't have to be huge statement jewelry. I don't wear huge statement jewelry because I have a metal allergy, so all of my jewelry is gold, not gold plated or anything like that, but actually solid gold. So it's all very delicate. I have chosen to invest slowly over time in jewelry, so it's important to me. It's part of my personality, it's part of my look that I like delicate gold jewelry, and I have ever since 25 or 30 years ago, actually probably since I was about 12. The first piece of jewelry I remember getting was a very thin gold band with a tiny amethyst in it from, I think, when we went to South Dakota when I was a little girl, and I love that thing. I may still have it, although it's bent all out of shape, so it can't, I guess I could probably have it repaired. But ever since I was very little, it has always been delicate gold jewelry that really captured my heart. So I'm not talking about huge statement pieces or tiaras or anything crazy, just something interesting, something to capture the eye, something to add layers of interest to your outfit. Not to say, hey, this boot isn't there, we're not trying to make it invisible, we're just trying to make the rest of the outfit equally interesting to your injury. There you have it. Those are my 5 tips for dressing with a cam boot. If you'd like to see the video that I did about outfits I wore dressing with the boot, you can find it right there. Thank you for being with me today. Please don't forget to subscribe and to click that little notification bell. Then you will know every time I post a new video. I hope you have a wonderful day and that you are healthy, uninjured, and that you remain that way. See you soon. Bye.